So I grew up in the Deep South. You know, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina. I'm also Muslim, which you probably already knew that. You might also think that being Muslim in the South made me different, and you'd be right. But I wasn't actually always aware that I was different. In fact, at a young age, I thought nothing of my mom's hijab and the fact that my parents got up at weird hours to pray. That all changed one fateful day at the YMCA. See, my family just wanted to go work out, you know, healthy lifestyle and all that. And I was young and I really enjoyed going to this park at the gym. So that it had this amazing foam pit that you could fly into off a rope swing, so it was really fun. And my parents would drop me off here, and I wouldn't see them again until after they finished their workout. But there was one day that was different. This day, my dad came back after 20 minutes, and he seemed mad. Something was off. And he took me and my younger siblings out of the park, and he took us over to the check-in desk where I met my mom. And she was very different. She's always smiling. She's always making everyone feel so good. But this time, there were tears coming down her face. This time, she wouldn't make eye contact with us. This time, she was just shriveled up, like someone was about to hit her. My dad went over to try and comfort her. And after he went over to the check-in desk, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but he told him, "Shame on you for not kicking him out." And I didn't really know who he was. The car ride back home was probably one of the worst car rides I've ever had. My mom was up front, still crying, and my dad was ranting to himself about some guy at the gym. And I started listening in and trying to figure out what had happened. I pieced together that there was this old guy in the gym behind my mom that had determined that it was his duty for everyone in the gym to go and ask my mom, "Why do you have a hijab? Why are you wearing this rag? What are you hiding? Are you hiding a bomb in there?" Of course, my mom told him with a smile, "No, this is just how I practice my faith." And he didn't believe her. He said, "I need to actually check it out. I need to verify it." So he tried to grab her. He tried to pull off her hijab. And at this point, she ran off and to find my dad. And my dad and my mom decided that it would be best to let the YMCA handle the entire situation instead of taking matters into their own hands. And they went over to the check-in desk and they told them that someone had essentially came and started grabbing my mom and just trying to take off her hijab. And the YMCA apologized and said that he was a member of the gym and there was nothing that they could really do about it. And that he had a right to stay there. At this point, I couldn't believe that people were scared of my mom. People thought that she was a terrorist. I'd seen things on the news, I'd heard about terrorism, and it just never occurred to me that that was something that people would think we practiced. To me, we practiced, and we do practice, the religion of peace. And then I started to think, do people that I interact with actually think like this too? Do people think that I'm a terrorist? I realized that most people probably didn't know that I was Muslim, because I just look very white. And my name even, Emre, there's a university that shares the same name. It's spelled differently, but people don't know. And when I tell people I'm from Turkey, they just think I'm from the animal or the bird instead of the actual country. So I just realized that the only way that people would know that I was Muslim was if I invited my mom to my school, if I let people see her hijab and I was associated with her. And at this point, I had a choice to make. Do I want to invite my mom and let her enjoy watching her son grow up, but I might lose the comfort of being white? Or do I just continue to hide a part of myself and just enjoy the safety that comes with looking white? So for most of middle school, I picked the latter. And I would just try and hide events from my mom. I would try and make sure that she didn't know what was happening. And she wasn't the wise. She really couldn't know, other than the events that she would get emails about. And those events I couldn't really do much about, and so there were a few people that saw me with her. After events, I would try and rush her away, and I'd just tell her, "Oh, we have to go, I'm really hungry right now." And for the most part, it worked. There were only a few kids that would try and tease me. For some reason, some kids thought it'd be really funny after Saddam Hussein was killed to ask me if I was sad that they had killed my uncle. This just made me even less likely to invite my mom. And things continued like this for a while. In fact, all through freshman year of high school as well. And then sophomore year, though, things started to change a little bit. and I started to think that it was unfair for me to not let my mom come enjoy, watch her son grow up, just because some people couldn't handle that we were Muslim. So I started to open up and tell some of my good friends that I was Muslim. And they were very understanding, they were very supportive. And I started to tell my mom about big events and concerts that were going on, that she could come watch. And I wasn't that embarrassed to have her next to me. I wasn't that scared. There were still people that would tease me, and I still wasn't comfortable just standing up in front of the entire school and announcing that I was Muslim. But it was better. And things really changed when I got to Princeton. Here, there was a Muslim community that I could be a part of. There are people here that I've met that have made me so much more comfortable with being Muslim. And I even feel comfortable praying in front of my roommates, who are all here. And for that, I'm very thankful for Princeton. It's really helped me become more confident in being myself and owning being a Muslim. Thank you.